What is up, Taurus? Welcome to your general timeless reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest, don't force it to fit. And this reading is for all masculine and feminine energy. We all have masculine and feminine. It is not gender, so just keep that in mind. And whenever you see this is when it's most meant for you. For all personal bookings, Reiki certifications, classes, personal readings, energy healings, mentorship, etc. Down below description box. But let's get into it. Taurus. They immediately show me clearing out the third eye. I like this. It means that either you're learning to trust yourself more or your connection with your intuition, you're trusting that more, not just yourself in the material world. There's an attachment. There's another person around you. It's very potent. Okay, so you're taking on some perspectives or stories of theirs, and you might realize that when you have more time away from this person, you start to realize, wait, like, do I actually believe that? Is that actually true for me? There's going to be some disconnect here. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. So there you go. This is the other person. You're surrendering them. This is you. Okay. Two of Swords. Okay. That's okay. Five of Swords in reverse. So you're kind of teeter-tottering between, like, am I betraying them by kind of like dropping this, walking away from this? You're not. It's actually helping you connect more with your own personal energy. Between the 5 and the 2 is a 3 of Swords, which tells me with the 3 of Swords in reverse, because the 5 is greater, that you might not realize it at this point because it might be really uncomfortable to walk away from this person or situation, but it's actually assisting you in your healing. Okay? So just be patient, be kind, be compassionate. There's more for them. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Strength. I don't like that. Strength in reverse and the Queen of Swords. It would have a snake on it too. I was seeing a snake right before getting into your reading, and I was like, well, there's so much snake energy around lately. And yes, it's indicative of transformation, but it's also the process of transmutation in regards to shamanism. Which this person's, they're just now entering a realm of self-awareness, a new level of it that they hadn't had before. They feel like they're very confused, and this can come off as a lack of patience. So you might see or feel them to be impatient or very reactive at this time. It doesn't have anything to do with you. It actually has a lot to do with the fact that they are really struggling to identify with themselves and who they are, right? Who am I? Who am I at this phase of my life? Who am I? That's really what it is. Strength is Leo energy. Queen of Swords is Libra. Let's see what else we have for you, Taurus. Okay, they're drawing me towards the middle, which tells me that this is going to be the dynamic that you share together. So let's get one more for you, Taurus. Yeah, Page of Cups. It's so, I love this. I love that, like, what I hear is what shows up, which is nice. Page of Cups is the card of authenticity, but it really feels like you're just like accepting that I love you, but it's just, we gotta just part ways, and that's okay. Page of Cups and Six of Cups in reverse, you realize that there's not an equal exchange. It doesn't even have to be, sorry, I'm just gonna move this table a little farther down so you can see the cards more. I was adjusting things today. And it's just like a very solemn, like, I gotta let this go. So let's look at the relationship. The Sun, beautiful. Emperor, oh, I love this for you. 3 of Swords in reverse, very nice. Overall energy, you have the Knight of Wands. You're no longer compromising yourself. You're starting to take control of your passion, of your purpose. The Sun feels more like passion and purpose and a more spiritual energy than it does like happiness, abundance, love, all that. It feels more like, because with the Leopard and the Owl, it tells me it's a very intuitive, it's a very higher consciousness energy, and it's a very regal energy. It's almost saying, I know my worth, and I don't need to indulge in something that might perpetuate more pain in my life or make more chaos in my life. Unnecessary drama, kind of, right? This is theirs. If theirs to heal, the best thing I could do to help them in their healing is to step back, right? Even if they don't see it that way, in time they will. Yeah, they need some time. They need some time. So let's get into the clarifiers. Let's go ahead and use, do I want to use Tarot Royale? No, that was very loud, very clear. I kind of want to use Star Child Tarot, which is not a tarot deck I'm drawn to often, and it's also not one I like to shuffle. So, bear with me. Again, though, a very higher consciousness deck. It's a very spiritual deck, very ethereal, which tells me that you're really aligning with your path and what's meant for you. It tells me that you're doing a lot of healing. You're doing a lot of work on yourself, because as we heal, we ascend to higher states of consciousness. Okay? Meaning that as we embody more positive emotions, more love, more joy, more peace and acceptance. We become a magnet for those very qualities in our life, right? And that's what you're doing, which is why there's space being created between you and this individual, because they're just now starting that journey. Okay, we're going to start with you, Taurus. The heart space is very strong with you, and it feels like the Empress. Very nice. Emperor, Empress. Beautiful. I love this. Yeah. Six of Pentacles. Okay, so you have learned how to give to yourself, how to nourish yourself, how to really be there and show up for yourself and support yourself. And you know that this person is just not in a place to reciprocate that energy. Queen of Pentacles. You're good on your own. You're like, I'm good. You either like add to my life, or it's okay if we're not in the same sphere. That's cool, but you either add to it or, right? Nine of Cups, a lot of self-love here. This is a really big stepping stone forward for you, I feel. This feels like the exhale, like you can finally breathe. I feel very Four of Pentacles. Yeah, Lovers in reverse. Yeah. It's funny. And Ten of Swords. I was like, all of a sudden I went to put it and yeah, it's very much so a shift. And you're in the process of mourning their energy, but they're also in the process of accepting that this is done. Ten of Swords and the Lovers, both Gemini energy, a lot of mercurial, very intellectual. So Mercury is the planet of the mind, intellect, communication, and perception. They're now entering into a new level of self-awareness or perception of themselves. That is new. Okay. And it's going to surface through the ending, the dismissal of this, right? Who are we going to? They're very back and forth. It's almost like every then they're playing a song. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. Get it? Cool. Okay. It's almost like you take a step, they take a step. Ping pong, but you're not going to stay together, and that's okay. Yeah, King of Cups in reverse. You're acknowledging that they do not have the emotional capacity to meet you where you're at, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that they're less than. It doesn't mean that they're unworthy of love. It means that they are still learning to mature on an emotional level, and your communication is on different levels because of it, right? One level's not better than the other. You're just in different places. That's okay. Ace of Wands in reverse. Yeah, High Priestess in reverse, and the Five of Wands. You don't want this to be a fight. You don't want to do the power struggles. You don't want to have to go through like, ooh, I'm better than you, or I'm not, right? You're like cool accepting quote unquote failure, because you know that there's no such thing as failure, right? It either works or it doesn't. I learn, I grow, I mature, become wiser, on to the next. And that's kind of where you're at. And it's a really nice energy. Page of Cups in reverse and the Magician. Be mindful of what you're trying to attract at this time, or what you think is meant for you at this time. It tells me that even though you think something really positive, like if you're wanting a new job or a new career or a new house, there might be a part of you that's really drawing in something that actually does not resonate with you anymore, but you're drawing it in because for so long it used to. So just kind of explore that and ask yourself, is this still true for me? Because if not, it's okay to let it go. Something that is meant for you is going to come in. Okay? It doesn't feel relationship-wise. It feels more for your own personal life, growth, and development. Two of Swords in reverse. So on strength for them. Oh my goodness. Page of Pentacles in reverse. They're in a very deep review as to why their heart space is inconsistent. So sometimes it's open, sometimes it's closed. Sometimes you get all of them, sometimes they're very recluse. Sorry guys, I forgot to put myself on Do Not Disturby. And then you have the Hermit in reverse. They struggle. They really struggle. So when they go recluse, it's actually like, let me push everybody away. There's this very uncomfortable association they have with sitting with themselves, being alone. It's almost frightening for them to sit with themselves. They might get very antsy. They might always want an outlet of some sort. And that's what they really need to work through. Let's look at the Queen of Swords. This is you. This is how they perceive you. Oh, shit. You have the Devil and the Sun, which tells me that. If I were to translate it into a simple way, kind of addicted to you. You light them up. You bring them a lot of happiness. You bring them a lot of joy, but there's a lot of codependency or attachment with this because they struggle to give that to themselves, right? They are not aware of this. They'd be like, no, I love you. I love you. And yeah, Nine of Pentacles. What they love is the feeling of stability and success and recognition they have from being around you because you're very loving and genuine. And that's okay. You could have those things and love somebody. But with the devil there, it tells me that there's a sense of like attachment or almost like an over reliance on you versus being able to fulfill these needs emotionally and feel this way by themselves. Okay. And that's why it's unhealthy. So let's go. Akashic Records. Every time I use this deck, that card comes out at some point. Ace of Cups. Yeah, this is a past life lesson for them. They're going through the need to learn to how to consciously remain available, right? Protected but available. Emotionally present, but healthy boundaries, right? A nice balance of it all. And this is going to surface a lot of trauma for this individual. I feel like they've experienced a lot of loss in their life. And with this energy, it could be a lot of layers that they're going to have to shed. A lot of somatic healing would be good for this person, or even yoga, things that sync their body and their breath. Because I feel like a lot of the loss that they've experienced has made them feel very unsafe or uncertain, or like the rug's been pulled out from underneath them. And that's what they're going to be healing. A very, it kind of feels like when we experience like a sudden betrayal, it could feel like that, like the rug's been pulled out from underneath us. So it's just going to take some time to heal. Awakening and Knight of Swords on the Sun. Yeah, so again, like I said, the Sun felt like raising to a higher state of consciousness. In this particular deck, the Awakening card is like, I think is it Judgment? Yeah, it's 20. It's Judgment. And it's interesting that we got that on it because it's the soul's call. It's your soul's path. And with the Knight of Swords, you're starting to take very logical action towards this new path because it resonates with you. Four of Wands, and there's your stability coming in. Okay, let's look at the Emperor. This is somebody new. Yeah, Eight of Cups. You're going to walk towards this person. It's going to turn out to be a Ten of Pentacles for you. You're going to be triggered with your insecurities because the purpose of it is for you to choose a new path, right? So this person's going to come in. They're going to meet you at your Empress energy by being an Emperor, and they're going to start poking buttons, not unbeknownst to them, but what this does is it helps clear out the bottom of the bucket. Anything that stands in the way of this Ten of Pentacles, they're going to help it surface so you can address it and realize, okay, I still have wounds around this. I got to heal it. Let's look at the Three of Swords. Now, you went through a very similar process with this person, but you met them at the energy they were at. So that's why you no longer resonate, because now you learned that lesson. Now you're going to attract somebody new. Then you learn that lesson. They either meet you or you attract somebody new. This person's not going to give up. They're really going to struggle to mourn this relationship. They have the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups tells me that emotionally they're really struggling to let this go. Mentally, they have an understanding of why it's happening. I think they know deep down they have to let this go. Between the 5 and the 7 is the Two of Cups in reverse. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. And they know that realistically they cannot give everything that they're offering is like a false promise. And that's not their intention. It's just kind of like, I just want to make you happy. I want your approval because I want to feel enough. But they're not realizing that the disconnect between the two of you is for them to get to a place where they no longer seek your approval. They no longer seek your validation. They realize that they are enough as is. That's your lesson with this person. That's why you're separating. And it's actually going to be very healing. Ace of Swords in reverse. Yeah, because they're telling themselves the false story, and that's what they need to heal with the Four of Swords, followed by the Starseed, which is 0. So the Fool. Oof, I almost said Magician for a second. And it's them starting their new path, their new journey, and learning to protect themselves. Okay? To be more discerning with how they give their energy and share it with the world. Very interesting. You're going to be fine, though. You're going to meet a very healthy partnership, but the main lesson is to realize that sometimes the lessons we share with another don't come through the relationship we have with them. Sometimes they come through the ending or the separation of that relationship, because that's where the trigger is hit, and that's where we start the healing. Because that's where we become aware of our attachment expectations, right? So let's see what you most need to know. Environment and Chemist in reverse. Bottom of the deck, Throat Chakra. You got a lot of reversals. Your environment needs a change. A trip or move is coming. Craving something new. Adjustments are happening. With these in reverse, it tells you that you might be experiencing some attachment to the current situation. This feels more like whatever it is you're manifesting, trying to bring into you, especially with the Chemist card. The Chemist is kind of the Magician energy in this deck. What this does is it's basically saying that do not be too attached to manifesting a certain environment or a certain situation that might not necessarily be what's of your highest good. Manifest how it would feel, right? Manifest what you want to embody in that space, what you want this new beginning to trigger in you mentally, emotionally, energetically. Do you want to feel confident, happy, successful? What is it? Do you want to feel like an influx of abundance around you, right? Abundance in love, peace, wealth, success, whatever, right? Embody the emotion and then intuitively allow yourself to be guided towards what that looks like for your new self versus what you might have perceived it as in your old self. Throat chakra, speak your truth, be authentic. Yeah, I think that there's some hesitance in letting this go. And I'll just put it this way. Majority of people prefer you ripping off the Band-Aid than slowly peeling it and your arm hair coming out, right? So just rip it off. Be kind, be compassionate, and understand that there's a way to disconnect from people where you just, I love you, I want the best for you, but I really don't feel us on the same page. It's not a reflection of you or your worth. It's just simply, I think that I'm gravitating to a different space and I wish the best for you, right? But this is not something that I want to continue, okay? There's a way to depart from things that is very healthy and very compassionate and reassuring that the other person didn't do something wrong. And if they did, right, have that discussion. But this feels like just an outgrowing, honestly, Taurus. But this is what I have for you. If you want a personal booking or a Reiki session yourself to clear out your energy, that will help surface the emotions that are standing in the way of you finally letting this go, go ahead, book it down below. I service globally. If you're interested in life coaching with me, I do one-on-one life coaching with my background in biology and psychology, as well as spiritual shamanic life coaching as well. So if you want more of a spiritual mentor, I do offer life coaching with that. We meet twice a month for a mentoring session, and you get a free Reiki session with that bundle as well. I also have a 6-month mentorship program for those of you who want to become a certified energy healer. If you're interested in becoming certified in Usui Reiki as well as quantum shamanic healing, same thing, different title, go ahead, check out my website. I am now open for new students to come on board for the mentorship program, as well as I have my 2024 Reiki classes up for registration as well. So I offer 9 classes throughout the year, 3 for each level. So go ahead, check them out. I believe they are in January, February, May and June, and September and October. So regardless of where you're located, if you have time throughout the year to come to North Carolina, go ahead, check that out, or you get certified one-on-one with me over Zoom or in person. If you prefer a one-on-one class, those are always available. It's just a normal booking appointment. But like, share, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I hope to be a part of your journey, and I'll see you next time.